Content warning. The following story is about sexual abuse. The following is a true story. I was there. But this is not just my story. This story has countless victims, all young kids, children, that were prey to pedophile Roland Granger on Maple Street in St.Annes de Bellevue in the West Island of Montreal, Canada. This monster sexually abused and assaulted children at his house in the 1970s, 80s, and 1990s. His wife, still alive at the time of making this, at the age of 97, Jacqueline Gay, knew all along. She enabled this historical crime. She is still alive and out there. Where is she? Why does no one know? Why is she free? She got away with it too. The shame, stigma, fear, and dogma all hiding this grotesque story in the shadows from the light. Despite his house being in plain sight, directly in front of the entrance gates to well-known John Abbott College and right next to MacDonald High School in St.Annes de Bellevue, not a single adult seemed to notice. No one saw anything at all for decades. Does it take a community to let a pedophile live out a long, full life right in front of a huge college and high school and get away with it? This is Roland's gravestone. He got away with it. Here he rests in peace, allowed to lay. He died of old age in 1994. His wife's name next to his on the stone. She's still alive in 2025 at the age of 97. Both of them got away with it. This all brings me to my story, my brother's stories. My younger brother just died by suicide at the age of 44 on March 25th, 2024. Days before he died, he talked about the old man with all the toys in the swimming pool. He talked about how my older brother was sexually abused by Roland in the 1980s at the same house, hidden in plain sight on Maple. I have 3 brothers. Sorry, I had 3 brothers. 2 of them and myself were prey to Roland Granger. 2 of my brothers later in life died by suicide. They were both victims of his sexual abuse. They both had huge problems in life by the age of 10 years old. You do the math. I was there myself. Things happened. I ran away. I told the adults about it at the time. I am here now to tell my story of what I know to be true. I was there and saw Roland and his wife with my own eyes. Over the decades that passed, my older brother talked about the house with all the toys and a swimming pool. His garage was full of toys from floor to ceiling, like an amusement park. My youngest brother that just died talked about Roland's house and how it ate away at him all his life. A house that perhaps he bought precisely for its location, for his purpose and agenda, hidden in plain sight like a criminal hiding next to a police station. It worked. And he got away with it. Countless children. He sexually abused and sexually assaulted countless kids over many decades, and no one in the town seemed to notice. Nothing at all. Perhaps the shame, stigma, fear, and dogma took care of all its victims' dark secrets. He got to my brothers, destroying their lives and childhoods. My brothers to die by suicide later on in adult life. This is my story through my eyes. I am sharing this so that we can all own it together like a village should have. So that we can all own and carry its weight together. Because, as I know all too well, carrying a story like this all alone can kill. At the exact same time as my brother's wake in Scotland, the moon passes and blocks out the light over Montreal on April 8, 2024. It casts a dark shadow on the land where we all live. The monster hides in the shadows of people's silence. The truth, crime, and story is hidden in the shadows of darkness for decades and decades. These secrets that scarred children, destroying their adult lives, and now my brothers are gone forever. They never escaped the shadows of the monster, his evil, his sexual abuse on children. Children that were playing free in the bright light of the village as birds chirped on beautiful summer days. The light is the truth, and in the shadow of the darkness the evil can hide. Think of the shadows and darkness as lies, silence, secrets, shame, stigma. Children's lives destroyed in the shade by a pool, in a garage full of toys, in plain sight in the light of the village for decades. Casting the full, powerful, bright light of the sun onto the story we hid in the dark. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing.